Hello friends! It feels like it's been a hot minute since I've talked to the vlog. I also filled my coffee way too full and I don't know if I'm gonna have room for creamer. I think it's been a long time since I've held like the camera up and recorded. I don't know. So I guess I want to talk about anything fun? Hang on, let me grab a spoon really quick. Actually, just hang on. Ow. Now, I know this angle ain't the best, and like you can see the entire cardboard box, but I don't have much. Actually, I can put you that way. Hang on. We're still figuring it out. Now, I feel like you're a bit too high. And I'm very red. Goodness gracious me. That was very painful. Hello. So, I have my coffee. Let me take a few sips because it's like very precariously high. So, I just finished a K-drama last night, so we're not starting a new one until I get a good amount of words in. I watched, Because This Is My First Life, and it was okay. I mean, it was slow, but it was okay. It's almost 4 now, and I have a live stream tonight at 8. It's my makeup stream. The shadow on the side of the face is driving me insane. It's my makeup stream, because I was supposed to have one on Friday. I don't remember what day it was. I think it was Friday. And my internet was just being weird. I think what I had to do was give my computer like a boost, an update. I think that was the issue because now it's running fine. So today is my makeup stream for that for Patreon. I have been getting some questions about when I'm going to be doing a live stream again, and I don't really know. I think for now I'm just going to not do them, and if something were to come up, like time-wise, I'll just do a pop-up one, but it's really hard for me to, like, get the time figured out just right and stuff, and I don't like planning in advance. It's just hard. Yeah, so I'm going to be working on book 3 tonight. My editor gets back with me, I think on Friday. No, on Thursday, September 1st. So I have a few days, 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to actually no. Well, yeah, we've talked about this in a different vlog. I kind of want to finish the first draft of this book at least by September 1st. Kind of work on both copy edits and book 3 edits at the same time to hopefully get book 3 off to developmental edits by the end of September. So it's going to be a balancing act, a juggling act, but I'm hoping we can do it pretty well. That's my hope. Hope? Why did I say that? Hope. I'm on word count, like 52,000, I believe. We're getting near to some action, but the scene that I'm in now is kind of a longer scene. It's going to span a few chapters. Because it's a longer scene, because my characters are spending a prolonged period of time together for this scene, and so I'm trying to figure out like what's necessary to keep, what's necessary to summarize, you know. I also, okay, give me your guys' opinions down in the comments, because I always thought one way, but I've learned today that a lot of readers prefer the other way. So I did a poll. Actually, yeah, I did a poll on Instagram asking people how they felt about Connor's point of view, and a lot of people said they loved it, but I got DMs saying that they would have preferred a scene that wasn't in the book from Connor's perspective, and I personally don't enjoy those scenes as a reader. Like, as a writer, like, it doesn't matter to me, but as a reader, I always prefer to see like the first kiss or an emotionally charged moment from the love interest's point of view, because we already know what Maisie's feeling, and I would love to see what Connor's feeling. I personally like, I mean, filler scenes and stuff are cute, like random filler scenes are cute from the guy's point of view, but if it doesn't happen in the girl's point of view, it doesn't feel like canon to me. Does that make any sense? And if you don't know what canon is, it's like fact, kind of. It doesn't feel like it's like a fact for the book series, for like the world. It just feels like I'm like making something that doesn't exist, kind of, because like I don't even know what Connor's filler scene could have been. Maybe like another tutoring session, or maybe he's with his friends. Like, if Maisie's not included in the scene, like, I don't mind that. I don't mind adding a filler scene without Maisie, but I feel like people would want to see Maisie in that filler scene. It just, to me, it just feels like it's not true. Does that make any sense? Like as a reader, like I said, as a writer, I don't really mind writing whatever. If most people wanted to do the filler scene, I probably would still write both because I love to see the kiss point of view. But I don't know, I always thought most people wanted to see chapters from the book into his point of view. I always thought that because I guess that's how I preferred it as a reader. But I'd be curious, so let me know down below if you would rather have a random filler scene from Connor's point of view, or would you like a chapter from the book from his point of view? Let me know. The problem I'm finding, like, I don't find random filler cute. Like if I were to make up a random scene and make it from Connor's point of view, I don't find that cute because it's not like, it doesn't feel real. Like it doesn't feel like it's canon from Maisie's point of view. Do you know what I mean? And like if they're having a tutoring session, I wouldn't just make up a random kiss in there because, like, you know, I can't do that because if a kiss had happened, we would have seen it in Maisie's point of view. So I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to kind of like work it that way. But like I said, if Maisie wasn't included in his random scene, I think I can make it work. But otherwise, I'm not sure how to make it interesting enough since it would be random filler. Because usually you want to cut random filler. So I don't know. It's just funny. I pulled that today and I got through DMs and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Anyway, I should probably drink my coffee before it gets too cold. But I wanted to come check in, get back on my vlog game. I've got a fun video coming soon. I did a book brush one today, mostly because it was last minute and I didn't have any vlog clips from the weekend because I went to a wedding and it completely wiped out my Saturday and I was on my butt Sunday, so I did not have any footage. So I did a random book brush video today just going over that. And I think now that I've kind of effectively weaved out the sit-down videos, they're not as interesting to you guys anymore, which honestly is fine because I don't want to be like a tips channel. For me, I don't want to be a teacher. But I just kind of, whenever I talk about something like that, I usually just talk about what I do from my experience and how I like it personally, and like not, you should do this and this is how you should do it, you know. I don't personally like that for me. I do just share my experience with stuff, so that's why I did book brush. That's why it's so dark. My darkness is down 1. Why is that? No wonder, I'm like, why is my hair blending into my shirt? Now you can see it. What the heck? But I have a funny video idea about the vlogs, so stay tuned for that. I think it's gonna come out Friday. I just have to sit down and film it. I have a fun idea, but I also really, I don't think y'all would be interested in this, but I really want to do it anyway. So maybe I'll just make the video for me. But like, you know how a few years ago, I think it was maybe 1 or 2, those tiered things were really popular. People would have like pictures and they would drag them up to certain like tiers, you know, like it was, I'll put in a picture if I can. I think that would be so fun to do with my K-dramas. Would it not be though? Come on. I think it'd be so fun to do with the K-dramas. But like I said, I don't think the majority of my viewership would care. But I feel like just the select few that would, we could talk about K-dramas in the comments and I would die. So like that could also be coming soon. I don't know. I think it'll be fun though. Okay, it's getting cold. So I'll talk to you guys in a hot second. Go. So it is now 6:40 and we lost power. So that's awesome. It means I have to cancel my Patreon stream again for the 2nd time. But that's fine. That's whatever. I mean, I can't do it without power, but I'm so frustrated. I'm on a deadline. I have to have power. So not fair. So the power's back on and a coffee is brewing. Actually, I'll just wait till it's done because it's really loud. Okay, I am back for a hot second to talk to you guys while my coffee cools. I'm gonna sneeze. So it is officially August 31st and I am stopping book 3 because if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you would have seen me post about how my main character is so boring. The problem comes, like, so boring in the sense of like, oh my gosh, I'm dying inside. I think where the problem comes in is that I don't have enough chemistry between the main character and the love interest. Like, it kind of feels like they're friends until they're not. And That just doesn't work for me. And the main character is so boring. And the problem is like she starts off boring. Like that's kind of the point. Hello? Dad? I'll talk to you guys in a second. So we are back hours later. It's 7:11 now. I have my live stream. I have my live stream in about an hour that I'm doing for Patreon. The one that we've had to reschedule twice. Third time is the charm, apparently. But I wanted to come on and chat about my project of where I'm at on August 31st and where I will be at tomorrow, which is September 1st. I should be getting my my copy edits back from my editor for Dreaming About the Boy Next Door. This is so hard to keep everything straight, Lord. I should be getting those copy edits back tomorrow, and then I'm going to start working on the copy edits then. Hopefully get it. I don't know what the feedback's gonna look like. We haven't chatted about it since, but hopefully it won't take me too long to go through all of the copy edits and figure out what scenes need to be added, tweaked, cut, and that kind of thing. And then once that is done, we can move on to the second phase of copy edits, which is putting it into my phone and then me reading it and going through it that way. Those are kind of like line edits, I guess, but I don't know. I just personally call them copy edits because I just do. Who knows why? I just do it. But I'm right now currently working on book 3, which the title has not been announced yet, but it probably won't be announced until October. So it's just book 3 for now. But I'm currently working on book 3, but I am stopping. We hit 55,000. The first draft's not done. I am stopping. We're like it's so hard to tell because I have two kind of big climactic points coming towards the end, like at the 3/4 mark. So I don't know if right now we're at the 3/4 mark or when the next kind of climactic moment comes. Probably when the next one comes. So we probably have a little bit over 3/4 left to write. Personally, like I was saying earlier before I got cut off, I think my main character is really boring. I don't think the chemistry is quite where I want it to be, and I don't want to waste my time writing an ending that is kind of lackluster, because since the chemistry is lacking, it's going to translate that into the end, because in my head I haven't built up the chemistry enough yet to write a nicely, written ending. I do know the way it's different from book 2, so Dreaming About the Boy Next Door, if you do remember, I started and restarted and restarted and restarted that draft a bazillion and one times. So, but the reason why book 3 is different from Dreaming About the Boy Next Door is because the ending for book 3 is solid in my head. I don't think I have any plot points I want to change regarding the ending. The reason why I'm stopping is because I do know how I want it to play out, but I don't have the emotion that will translate well. So I just don't want to write it without the emotion. I don't want to have like boring scenes with no emotional impact, because it's a little bit harder to add in emotional impact when you're starting with 0. But if I had a little bit to go on, it would have been okay. But I want to go back for book 3 and add some more subplots and give my main character more of a motivation of why she's doing things, and the parents' motivation for why they're doing things. And I think it can be bulked up a little bit more before I get to the ending, because then with everything that's been bulked up, all of that emotion can carry through the rest of the draft very well and carry through the ending. Whereas right now, I don't think I have enough motivation, at least from a parent's perspective, to like the plot point that comes towards the end. I don't have enough emotion built for them to make the reaction to the plot point at the end like warranted. I know I'm being vague, and I know some people hate that, but I also know some people like that because they like hearing me talk about my manuscript without like giving spoilers. But that's where I'm at. I think I'm feeling good about the draft right now. I'm feeling good about like where I'm at anyway. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel nervous or anything like that. I don't have a pre-order deadline set, so that's probably why I don't feel stressed. Like nothing set in stone for book 3 yet. whereas book 2 has a pre-order of October 25th, so that one kind of takes priority. So once I get that manuscript back, then we're all full steam ahead for that book, for Dreaming About the Boy Next Door. Ideally, once I finish the major copy edits for Dreaming About the Boy Next Door, ideally I would like to work on, I'm just going to say book 2. Ideally I would like to work on book 2 and book 3 at the same time, because it is kind of like a different part of my brain a little bit. So ideally that's what I would like to do, because after I finish my major copy edits, I would be reading it on my phone. So I could spend a few hours a day reading it on my phone and then write on book 3 for an hour or 2 or something like that. So that's my ideal. It changes all the time. I feel like I do these sit down like little chats, and every week it's different, but that is the life of an author who is just constantly going. And honestly, I do enjoy going and like where I'm at and stuff. So what I'm doing tonight, I'm actually just gonna sit down, pull out my notebook, and just jot down like random ideas of how I can up the tension and like random subplots, and see if any of them kind of resonate with the story that I'm trying to tell. I really enjoy the characters in my head, so I really want to kind of like stay true to them and try to bring them back, because I know I have lost them. I think when I stopped, I think it was at like 35K when I stopped to go back to book 2. I think that's when I lost my steam, because then I went back and I reread everything through, and as I got when I got back to where I needed to start writing again, I'm like, okay, I feel good about the story, but I feel like I've lost my connection to the characters, where I think if I take a break for the copy edits and I come back and open like a fresh Word doc and work into a fresh new document, I think I'll be able to bring that connection back. I think. We also have a pretty heavy client work weekend, so that's something I'm going to have to do as well. Overall, feeling good going into September. Let's go figure out some subplots. Was that a cool transition? Was I out of focus that entire time? I feel like I was out of focus. Is face tracking not on? I also don't know how to check to see if face tracking is on, so...